Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have another speed build for you, and today it's not really a speed build, it's more of a speed renovation because I am renovating this apartment in San Myshuno on something Chic Street, which is in the fashion district. But I guess that's unrelated because I don't really see this person as a fashion sim. But anyways, I wanted to renovate an apartment because Pierisim dropped some custom content sets that were titled Stefan's Apartment, and I felt like all the items fit really well in an apartment because it didn't come with too much stuff, and I think it came with like just enough for an apartment style. So the custom content came with like a lot of modular items, especially for the kitchen. It just had really unique items for the kitchen, including like these triangular countertops. So I found this apartment that I haven't renovated yet, and I decided this one was like the best fit because the kitchen was like oriented in this corner area, and I think one of the countertops was originally blocking the window, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, why would you ever want to block a window? So I was like, these triangular countertops would go really well in this kitchen because it doesn't block the window, obviously, as you can see. This apartment's layout also kind of was weird in my opinion because the living room was off to the side, and it was the only thing dividing the living room and the bedroom was a TV, which I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, the TV's in the middle of the room. It doesn't look good. And this custom content set came with like these room dividers, so I thought this was the perfect apartment for this custom content. The color scheme I wanted to go with this was inspired by like all those TikTokers and people on Instagram who have like those really aesthetic neutral apartments, especially since all the stuff in this pack comes in such nice neutral swatches. I thought, let's go with that. And I really was struggling with the layout of this kitchen, but I eventually went with like this rectangular-ish layout, and I put the sink on the kitchen island because you always want your stove, fridge, and sink to be in a triangle orientation for like best efficiency or whatever it's called. But yeah, as you can see, I'm using the dividers right here to separate the living room-ish area and the bedroom. I thought it worked really well in this apartment because like that area that I was blocking off had like no windows, and I felt that would be kind of nice for when you unwind at the end of the day and you want like darkness to fall asleep in. And it made more sense to me for the living room to have all the windows and the natural light because you spend a lot of time in the living room, and it flows better when the living room is next to the kitchen rather than the bedroom by the kitchen. Like, that just made no sense to me. And so, like I mentioned earlier, in this apartment, I used a bunch of stuff from Pierisim, including the Stefan's Apartment custom content, which I'll have linked down below. But I also used a few other items. I try not to use too many because this is just an apartment. You do not need that much custom content for a small space. So I used like a stove and a fridge from Peacemaker from the Volta appliances set. And I also used like a tub from Felix Andre and Harry Sims. So yes, and I think I used a few items from City Living, obviously because this is an apartment in City Living. I kind of assumed you would have City Living for this apartment. I was also struggling with the layout of this living room because I couldn't tell if it was too cramped with the way I have it now, but I think I like it better than the couch against the window and no TV because I feel like everybody wants a TV, and I think it separates the two spaces nicely. Originally, the apartment I think was more closed off in the kitchen area, but I wanted to open it up more to make it look more spacious. I think the floor tiles and the wood like cutting off at that corner triangle area separated the two spaces nicely. I also really like the curtains that came with this because of course it has the curtains for all the different sizes. It has curtain rods, sheer curtains, and curtains of different widths. So it came with like a wider curtain and like one that was more scrunched up and drawn in, which I thought was really nice. And I really like doing like a sheer curtain behind a solid curtain because I think that looks really fancy in my opinion. And it's like 2 layers of curtains and the sheer kind of lets the sun through, you know. Also, this set comes with pillows of 2 sizes, which is really nice. Usually with apartments, I try to like lay out the whole thing, so that's why I'm going like back and forth between the kitchen, living room, and bedroom a lot, because I just wanted to make sure it all like fit really nicely. And then later on, I went in and like did more decoration. And I really liked all the furniture that came with this custom content set. Super nice. It's like neutral and simple, but some of the items are really like fancy looking, which I think was cute. Also came with this microwave, which is really nice because I'm so tired of using the same base game microwave over and over again. Comes with a heater, and the heater is not functional, obviously it's just decorative, but I did have to look up where a heater would be placed because I've never seen one in real life. The one on the wall, I've only seen one in like House Flipper, and I was like, what do they even do? So I had to look up where they would be placed in a house or an apartment or whatever. And because I was like, does it have to be under a window or can it be like by a different wall? But it basically said that it's usually in like the coldest spot of the house, or it's usually under a window to make sure it's not blocked anything. So I made sure not to put anything in front of it because I'm just so realistic like that. I also decided to put these cabinet thingies by the entryway because I feel like an apartment you always need lots of storage. It's not functional obviously, but like you don't need storage in The Sims. Yeah, I also decided to put it like in the wall a little bit so there's just like a little bit more space in the entryway because it's kind of cramped. Off to the side of the entryway is the bathroom. I thought this bathroom was super fancy because it has like the floating sink and like a big counter space, which was really nice. This sink itself is super cute. I really like this mirror because it has like the fog and there's like a heart drawn in it, which is so cute. I love that. The tub I used from Felixandre. I think it's from the basic set. I'm not too sure, but I really like it because you can place stuff in the corner of the bath, which is super realistic. I try not to clutter this apartment too much though, since I was trying to go for like the aesthetic interior design vibe. There's just a little bit clutter on the countertops, but like that's as much I was going for. The rest is like purely decorative or like purposeful, you know what I mean? Not messy at all, very mindful, very demure, if you know what I mean. And to decorate the kitchen, I used some stuff from Pierisim's pantry set, which is a different amount of custom content. I didn't use too much though, but I thought it really worked well in this apartment, and I'll probably continue to use it in other builds because it just has like some staple kitchen items like containers, glass jars, trays, things like that. I didn't put too many things in the wall because I'm low-key not sure how you hang stuff on a wall in a renter-friendly way. I have no clue because in my apartments, we just nail everything. We're not getting our deposit back. Also decided to add like this wood paneling by the elevator shaft because I thought it made sense, and also I don't know if it makes sense actually, I know nothing, but I thought it like broke up the walls a little bit because the wallpaper being white everywhere just kind of bothered me. And I also decided to switch the wallpaper to like cream color because in my opinion, one, I think a lot of apartments don't usually come with white paint. I feel like that's a very modern thing. And two, I thought like a cream beige color actually works better in here because it's trying to go for like the warm color aesthetic, and the white walls was like not giving that. I also decided to put a lot of plants around because they're cute, and I put them by the windows and other places. What I mean with the oh, there's a lot of background noise. I don't know if you can hear that. But what I mean with the purposeful clutter is like the tray on the coffee table with the plant, with the stylized books on the table. Like it's very planned out, cute looking. You know what I mean? Also put some light switches around and a mirror by the entryway because you gotta know how you look before you leave. And I put in a guitar because I realized it's kind of hard to fit in skills and activities in such a small space, but I thought the guitar matched the aesthetic of the place because it's wood and it just looks cute placed by the mirror like that. I don't know if you can tell what I did in the bathroom here, but I decided to put like the wood half wall version around the bathroom, and when it gets to like the tub part, it's all tile. I thought I was kind of a genius for that. I'm not gonna lie. Just some base game paintings around and some clocks. I feel like clocks help decorate a space without doing too much. Like for example, by this dining room, I was like so tempted to put a painting on this wall because it's just a blank wall, but there are literally 3 hanging lights above the dining table, so you wouldn't even be able to see the painting anyways. So I was like, this clock is perfect. I also added some debug items, including like a remote, a plunger, a game controller, and again, more plants by the windows. I also made sure to add a laptop in. I know there isn't anywhere for like desk space, but I put it on the dining table because you can work at the dining table, and I feel like your sim needs a computer. But that's basically the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.